Hello and welcome back to another episode of the co-op series we're doing with Ashman as usual. Hi Ash.
Hey. Hi.
So, Ash, do you want to give us a quick roundup of where you left us off?
Yes. So, pretty shifty, that's not the one, speedy episode from me. I says at the start of it, I was like, oh, look, I'm not having it. I'm not leaving again. I'm not changing clubs on my episode. So I lasted 6 months and Frankfurt offered us the job. That was pretty much what happened. We were doing all right in Europe, but it looked like we were kind of out of our depth. But there was a few good youngsters and I was intrigued. So if Andrew left for Frankfurt, that's one question. And then my follow-up question I've been wanting to ask him is, did you bring anyone with you? So I'm going to throw it over to Andrew, and he can answer the first question, which then potentially opens up our second one.
It does indeed. And our first question is going to be answered straight away because when this loads...
Suspense.
We have joined Eintracht Frankfurt.
What a guy.
To be honest, it didn't take much deliberation for me. At the end of Ash's last video, he cut out me saying we're going to Frankfurt. Unfortunately, I didn't keep it a surprise for Ash. I don't think you expected anything other than this stuff.
I was pretty sure you were going to do that before I'd even raised the point with you, but I thought I'd leave it for you. The one line from this that's really tickled me: Zelina will be now looking for a new manager, which is completely innocuous. It's a normal statement, apart from the fact our guy is called Mr. Manager, and it's just tickled me. It just has. So, what have you been up to at Frankfurt then?
So just before we do that, we did also win the Slovak Manager of the Year.
Look at us go.
Just thought I'd point that out.
Wonderful stuff.
Frankfurt weren't in a great position when we joined. I'll skip through this. I'll just kind of show you what position they were in. They were currently in 14th, so they just won a game before we arrived, which was their first win in 5.
It's a bit sketchy. Yeah, so who are Frankfurt's rivals again? I want to say Hamburg, but I think that's mainly because of food.
I've got to be honest, it's not something I even looked at.
Yeah, so it's not Hamburg. Well, do you know what? It's Hamburg now. We'll call it the food derby. I definitely can figure a better name than that. Okay, that Bayern team is looking a little bit concerned. This is not even why I've just seen. This is disgraceful. What the hell is that team?
Let's move on. So I came back here just to show you. We also, after we left, won Slovak Manager of the Year once again.
Look at this. That means we've both won it.
Yeah.
We are fantastic.
We're only a few months on. A month on, in fact. So we'd had a mixed start to life here. 1-1 draw with Hoffenheim, 2-1 loss to Hertha, 2-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen. That was pretty big. And then a draw with Schalke, who are also a very good team at the minute. And already we've started to pull ourselves away from that relegation zone a little bit. Yeah,
only one loss from 4. Zakarian. I used to have him with Fiorentina on my Dolboy sale last year. It's a pretty handy player.
And most importantly, heading into the transfer window, we've got 40 million to spend.
Forgot about that.
So we'll jump ahead to the next point, which I believe has our youth intake and our transfer window. So we come back, as I say, with the youth intake.
We'll start off with that. 3 games left.
3 games left in the season, yeah. So we're in the end of April. Pretty decent.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, they're not like worldies, but it's a decent...
Yeah, to be fair, we spent a lot of time at MSK, I forgot what they were called already, actively kind of pushing up the youth ratings and youth levels and stuff. So we'll have a look at them. But that's not a bad return, especially considering Frankfurt are a considerably better team. So it leads me to think, with youngsters, and we're talking about MSK youngsters, and Andrew, have you brought them over? Particularly, I want to see Orovech.
Okay.
I want to know if he's come with you.
We're coming to that.
I need it. I need to know. I need it in my veins.
Chill your beans. We're going to go and have a look at the league first, because...
My dogs are kicking off for some reason.
I'm going to do the table first, Ash. So, calm your beans. We're not going to transfers yet. We find ourselves in 11th with 3 games to go.
Okay.
We were doing really well, actually, but unfortunately, this run of games here, Dortmund, Bayern, and Wolfsburg kind of did us in.
Yeah.
We'd won quite a few games. I don't know why we lost to Union Berlin. They're only 2 places above us, to be fair. But up until that run of 3 games, we were in contention for the European places.
Yeah, you kind of saw that it started to get a little bit more familiar. And then, as you say, you had that run of like the 3 tricky teams that kind of knocked you off a bit. But you pulled it back. It's fine. Yeah. You're only 8 points away from those European positions, Andrew. Are you going to do a madness?
We have also got Hertha, Bayer Leverkusen, and Schalke, who are 3 of those teams in those European places.
You got to beat them to take the points off them.
It was one of them. We've got a great opportunity to take points off them, but also a loss in any of them basically kills us off entirely.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but before we get into that, we've got to go and look at transfers.
Do you know what? Hallelujah.
Please look away at this point.
Where's my boy? Where is he? Come on, bring him to me.
I'm
livid. I'm just staring blankly at a wall at the moment, Andrew. Too excited.
We sold a couple of players, but there weren't anything. Nothing really to go into.
I'm actively moving really close to the screen, so I'm not looking at the left side. Crepin Diatta, pretty decent player.
It's the first person we bought in, Wilson Rodriguez. Hey. He came in from Herenveen. No,
so correct me if I'm wrong.
Once Caldes.
In the German division, there's not really a lot limiting kind of squads, is there? It's just
really not.
I think you can even have 99 players or something. Yeah. I don't even know what the limitations are in Germany.
99 players, so
just go mad, sign everyone.
We bought in Wilson Rodriguez, more of a player for the future.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't a lot of money. It was literally 0 money.
Yeah.
Okay.
We bought in Yuji Ma from Borussia Dortmund, 655,000 for a player with. I'll be honest, he looked better on the initial scout report, but he still looks like he can be a solid player for us. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I mean, he's 6'5", so he'll get his head on things. There's just no guarantee it's actually going to go where he wants it to by the looks of that heading. But as you say, cheap and cheerful. We'll keep it cheap and cheerful.
We then got the first player who comes with us from Zelina in Christian Gagelos.
What was that, sorry?
You were. So he came in for 367,000.
Not too shabby.
Again, we've loaned him out. I believe he's out on loan. No, he's not. He's due to go out on loan. I think we send him on loan come summer. But yeah, just a player that I quite liked while we were there. Thought I'd bring him in.
Okay.
And then we've got our big money signing. This is where most of our money went. Kubo, yeah. So he came in from
so he doesn't
Real
have...
Sociedad.
So you used to have players from Asia, Japan or China, if they're a big name, that you get the pro for, what is it, marketability sort of thing. I was expecting him to have that, but he didn't seem to have it. Maybe it was at point of purchase rather than a thing when he's at the club, but pretty decent signing.
Yeah, £17 million, came in as the number 10. That was kind of the main weakness that I spotted in the squad when I joined. So that was kind of why I wanted to bring somebody in for that position.
Quite good strength as well, to be fair.
Also more of a, let's just secure ourselves in the division first this year, and then we can look in the summer properly.
Yeah. Also, can it be eligible for any more clubs? It's got 2 nations, 3 clubs, top right. Just everyone. Fair play to him. It's also played for everyone in Spain by the looks of it as well.
Yeah. And then we've got the other big signing of the January transfer window.
Before you go to it, I've noticed you've signed a number 10, Andrew, and it's not Marek Orovic. What's going on?
We'll come to that.
Are you signing number 10s left, right, and centre? What are you doing?
Are you ready for the
Go on, then.
The big name signing that came in alongside Cuba?
Go on then, bring it in. See who it is.
It's Katula. He's back.
Wonderful, Martin's back. I'm so happy.
He is back.
I wasn't expecting you to bring him in, to be honest.
No, as soon as I joined, he was. It
was a pretty scathing report of when you sold him, wasn't it?
It was, but it's all right. He's joined. We've hugged. We've made up.
You've had Slovakian food. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah.
Goulash. Why not? He's doing all right. He's played 10 games. That's not too bad.
2 off the bench, 3 goals. He's had a solid start to life in Germany.
Pretty strong. He'll be playing left back in no time under me, Andrew.
So he's currently playing left wing.
With his 2 tackling.
Yeah, that's why he's not playing left back. We'll just quickly show you the formation that we've been going with. It was just 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, it's not dissimilar.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more... I can't think of the word. Not defensive, but reserved. A little bit more reserved in places.
We used to have these guys here.
It was like a roaming playmaker and an anchor, and they're both wing backs on attack. But yeah, not too bad. What's Todd Campbell? What's he doing there?
I don't really know what he's doing.
Well, fair play to him.
He just joined on a free.
Can't argue about that, can you?
I'll be honest.
All right.
Despite the fact that he's here, he hasn't played a lot since I came in. Mainly because we signed Kubo, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made changes. Reece Oxford's here as well.
I did notice that. Oh, you were looking at one of the centre backs.
That was a funny one that when I spotted him. I believe he might even be captain.
I think he's actually there in real life, to be fair.
He is the captain.
Big Reece. What a boy. Oxford, you say, Andrew?
He's in Augsburg.
It's not. It's slightly out of date, but Oxford, you say, Andrew?
Who mentioned Oxford? Oh, Reece Oxford.
Reece Oxford. Whenever you want.
If you like Oxford, go and check out my series that's now with Burnley.
I forgot about that.
We'll go with that. Let's move on swiftly. So just a small summary of the end of the season. We beat Hertha Berlin 2-0. We beat Bayer Leverkusen 1-0. We drew with Schalke on the final day.
It looks relatively strong, to be fair.
Yeah.
They all picked the results up elsewhere, didn't they?
Nobody really dropped points. So going into the final game, I don't think we could even...
So you're only 4 points out, to be fair. It's not bad. That middle of the table there looks pretty condensed.
They beat Kaiserslautern 2-0, so we could have overtaken them if they'd lost, but we didn't do our part anyway. Yeah,
and you're also relying on Freiburg as well. So there's a lot of ifs and ands. So.
Oh, God, dog's just jumped up on my lap. Hello. You want to be in the video?
There's an intruder.
So, yeah, unfortunately it wasn't to be, but...
Also a 14-point gap between Bayern and second place.
Yeah.
That's going to be tricky to overthrow.
As you can see, no, you can't just sit in front of the actual camera. As you can see, we've got a couple of signings coming in, but they're very much youngsters, so I'm not going to go into them too much.
Okay, so you've got you've got like a whole season. Is that your budgets for the season going on? That is the 15 million.
Yeah, that was what they gave us for the new season. So
you're gonna go and sign Oravecha, you know. I need him in my life.
So we've skipped all the way to January of the following season.
Get you.
And we're going to go just straight into transfers. And let's see if Ash gets his wish. So, dog.
I'm not noticing any Zelina in there, Andrew. There's a distinct lack of Zelina.
Yeah, so.
Livid. So I'm going to call the police.
We made some money this year.
Okay. 40 million.
Yeah, Ladho left us.
I don't know. I was looking at these names. I was like, oh, who's that? Not a pissing clue. Didn't know the word to start with. I've also literally never heard of this chap.
No,
I assume he's Ukrainian because the name looks Ukrainian-ish. Swedish, of course. It's what I said. You heard it. Yellow and blue on the flag. It's close enough.
Yeah, he left us for 31 million. He had 4 seasons at the club, but he just didn't impress me all that much. And also, we've got Katula now, so who cares?
Getting to Brentford is like kind of the cheap... Like, it's a really weird way to say it, but that's like kind of the cheap Wonder Kids way into Europe.
Yeah.
The best one is if you go from there, then over to like Dortmund, and then you end up at Real Madrid. That's the natural progression.
So we'll flick through the signings.
This a silly amount of money. He looks pretty decent.
Yeah, Marino came in on a free from from Manchester United. He'd been on loan a couple times.
Not bad.
Solid player, to be fair. Left back was something that was key for us because we had two left backs, both of who were very old. One was retiring, and the other was just old. He was like 35, so I wanted to replace them. Found somebody to bring in on a free to do exactly that. Then we bought in the other left back, also on a free transfer. This one from Club Brugge, so they're not a fan of us. We've took Cthulhu from them, and now we've took a left back from them.
Wonderful stuff. Can't complain. Oh, they're the Club NXT.
Yeah,
I saw it flash through earlier, and I was wondering what was going on. NXT, you say? No, I'm not doing it again.
We don't do that series anymore, anyway.
No.
Then we bought in Wallace, £8 million from America, but Brazil.
False America.
Right winger. Something else we were kind of after was wingers. So we've got a few of them to go through, if I'm being honest.
Kicking off again.
He's from America, but based in Brazil. So.
Do you know what, Andrew? I'm having deja vu. It's almost like we've done this once and we had to stop because my dog's an absolute idiot. It's fine.
Almost like that. It's almost like I can hear my dog barking right now.
This is a joke. We'll come back again. We'll say it a third time. Don't worry about it.
Give me a sec.
He's from America, but it's Brazil.
It's based in Brazil.
Wow, that's such an odd thing that I've heard for the first time today.
I know, right?
I've never heard that before in my life.
First time.
Never heard it.
So yeah, he came in for $8 million. Solid signing, can play either wing. And
it's just there's nothing particularly like amazing about him, but he just does everything quite well.
Yeah.
So hopefully that transfers onto the pitch. Looking at the stats at the bottom, he's not done it so far, but I'm sure he will. Hopefully.
He's not had a lot of opportunities, to be fair. But nevertheless, we move.
Yeah,
we then bought in Dominic.
Oh, go on then.
£10 million.
Okay.
From Villarreal. We had a similar thing with right backs where we just
it was
had
quite an aggressive right back, to be fair.
Yeah.
I saw that he'd had like one assist in, was it 10 or 15 matches? And I thought, ooh. But as a right back, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and he has had, he's assisted for nearly another goal. They're just not converting them. But then you look at his tackle percentage, and he's doing well, to be fair.
And the fact that he's only been with the club for a few months. He's quite young, got potential. Pretty decent signing. A little bit pricey.
Yeah, it was a similar thing on both fullbacks where we just had a couple of old people doing it. So we thought, we'll bring in new ones.
Get him out of here.
Also, just before I move on from him, not often you see a right back that's very strong right-footed and strong left-footed. So then we've got a holding midfielder in Martin Morale.
Okay.
Come in for $3.6 million from Argentinos, actually based in Argentina.
Wonderful. Imagine being named after or very similar to a country and not being based in said country. Disgraceful. Ridiculous. It's odd that his eligibility, again, I always kind of throw half a vision at this. How is he not trained by club and he's only played in one club? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not going to question it.
We move. It's fine.
But yeah, pretty good playmaker.
Yeah, again, he's not the tallest, but he's got decent strength. Jumping
passing.
reach is a bit questionable, but it's not really an issue.
Decent flair.
Yeah.
Good vision.
Dictates tempo. She said.
Another player who's pretty good with both feet, which is very nice to have.
I love how he's fairly loyal. What does fairly loyal mean? Surely loyal is that you are or you aren't. You can't be like, I'll stay with clubs, but I don't know.
I
don't know.
He's pretty loyal, but he's got a price.
I'll stay at clubs, but I'll chat shit about them. I think that's what he's saying.
I also love the media description of just defensive midfielder.
I mean, it is exactly that. It is a description, but there's no superlatives or any kind of just anything. Just player.
But yeah, he's a solid player for us so far this season. He's played 11 games. So we'll just move on to the next guy, which is John Latimer, another left back. Can you believe it?
He's rapid. It's fast.
He's
Light-hearted.
5'10".
Centre back, apparently, according to the media.
Manchester United. I don't know if we've got an option to buy. We do have an option to buy, but it's 63 million.
What a steal! What a steal!
Weirdly, they insisted on that being part of the deal. I tried to remove it, and they were like, "No, you've got that option to buy him." I was like, "Okay, I'm not going to take it." But
you must have the option to purchase this man for an ungodly amount of money. But
look at his potential. To be fair, yes.
Why is he number one?
Because I clicked auto number, and that's what came out.
Fair play, John. You knows it's important. It's the second best left back, but it's fine.
It also took me until about November to realise.
People in the comments now, if someone's actually watching this, that are going absolutely, they're seething. They are red with anger on this.
I might go red with anger when I go and comment on it. But
kick off at your own video.
We then bought in
Jonathan Meza.
But the H and the O are the wrong way around.
Yeah. And he's also Jonathan as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's also Colombian, so I don't know. I don't know how Colombians
Colombian, but is eligible for Portugal.
Aren't we all?
In fact, only eligible for Portugal. Oh, he's got...
he's
I
made
haven't
the
got
decision.
a clue what's going on here.
I assume he had Colombian ancestry. There you go. He was born in Bogota.
Oh, okay. Nation's eligible for. Got it.
Oh. There we go.
So he's a striker. Brought in as a backup to Chimeti, who is our primary striker.
The pace and height mix, I'm not too keen on.
Yeah.
But the strength's not too bad. It's just really odd. It looks like a target forward, but without the jumping or height, which is odd. But
only 19 though, so we've got time to develop him.
Yeah. How much should we sign him for again? 5 million?
5 million.
He's already... I love how his total transfer fees is 5.02 million because of that loan. Yeah, so even if you sold him now, you'd probably make a bit of money on him. So
yeah,
it's an investment, if not a future
He's only
starter.
come off the bench as well, so... Yeah.
Not too bad.
Then we've got Matteo Young-Nickel.
Brilliant.
Came in from...
Look at this centre mid.
Came in from Leipzig on loan to us.
That's Nickelback reference.
He's also actually been recalled.
Oh, fair enough. We had him. That was in the past.
Yeah, so
Screw him.
In fairness, we didn't play him.
We spent 2 million to not play him. I love it. I love that, Andrew.
Did he have an injury or did
you
I
were that flush with cash. You were just...
Didn't even have an injury. Bruised his ankle once.
You just called him soft. Soft boy, get out of here.
I think I thought I was going to use him, and then he just never really got the chance to. We've also signed Julius.
Okay.
He's on loan from PSG. Another striker, just for a different option, really. 6'1".
Yeah. Oddly went out to Millwall at some point.
Yeah.
That was a very jarring badge to see alongside PSG.
Only made one start, 6 off the bench.
He looks all right, to be fair.
Like I say, it's not anything amazing, but he's doing a job for us. And our final signing, £20 million on Alejandro Garnacho.
Pretty darn decent, mate.
He went down the Januzaj route, left United, went to Real Sociedad. And then
got good, and then moved to some more places.
Yeah.
Where is he? Is Januzaj still at Sociedad?
I believe he is, yes.
Fair play to him.
Unless he's left recently, he is.
Is this what you're hoping for Garnacho in real life, Andrew?
Absolutely not. I saw him available, and I'll be honest, I just couldn't resist. I like Garnacho, so I thought, you know what?
That's fair.
We were after another option for the wings, so why not?
Yeah, he definitely could be a good job out there. That's good.
So then we'll have a quick look at how the season's been going. So we're currently sat in 10th.
Ooh,
it's not
665.
been going great, but only 4 points away from 6th.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So, yeah, we can easily get ourselves back in that battle. We're only 11 points off second, to be fair. Bayern Munich have already won the league, by the way.
Pretty much.
We started the season well with a win, and then we just had a bit of a meh few weeks. I'm putting that mainly down to the fact that the team was still gelling, because we did make quite a lot of signings.
Yeah. I know we're about to push forward into good games. I've just noticed the name of the team that you've played in the first round. Bischofswerda. That's just a very odd name.
It is.
I was scowling at the screen. I feel like I needed to explain while I was scowling. Okay, so it looks like you turned good after that.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a familiar little name.
Couple wins against your old friends MSV Duisburg.
Wonderful Duisburg.
Are in the Bundesliga, something they couldn't say with Ashman in charge.
No, they couldn't. No. I would love to have put it down the amount of time I was there, but it's not. I had more than enough time. I just couldn't bloody do it. Yeah. Fell apart. I got sacked twice.
We then lost to Bayern Munich, but I mean, you've seen Bayern Munich. Like, what are we meant to do about that?
Yeah.
And then the last few weeks, we've just been drawing a lot.
I need to find that killing edge. You're not scoring a lot either.
No. Just not being able to find our feet at the minute.
You need to bring back our wonderful Zelina tactic, lad.
Yeah.
Bring that back in, see what that does. But you've got what? Okay, no, you're halfway through the season. So you got another half a season's worth of games to go through. What are the board expecting?
Half. So the board
are vaguely concerned.
Expecting a mid-table finish.
Okay, that's fine. I was half expecting him to win Europe, and I'm like, I got fired.
The fans are requiring finishing mid-table, but also record a top half finish, so they need to make their minds up.
So that you want, what is it, 18 teams, you need to finish 8th.
Yeah, they haven't got a clue what they want. But yeah, they're not, they want us to record a top half finish by 2 seasons' time. So,
okay.
The other thing, I did apply for the Man City job.
You gone drunk with power. You've left the team and you're like, that's it, I'm leaving them all.
They gave us an interview. So they
approached you, and then they give it to Vincent Company.
I applied
cobblers.
for it, and then they gave us it. I applied, they gave me an interview, and then they turned me down.
This is absolute cobblers. What has Vincent Company got to do with Man City? Live it, mate.
This is where something's happened here, Ash. You see?
Oh no. What have you done? What have you done?
So, when you handed this save over to me, I assume you expected that I would be saying, here's an Eintracht Frankfurt that I've done 18 months with.
Yes.
That is what you were thinking.
I would have assumed that would have been the case, yes.
Hold that thought.
Thought is being held.
Because we have left
that is
Eintracht
wonderful.
Frankfurt.
Who are they? Who is that? Oh, that's who it is. It's Aston Actual Villa. I got a shirt to my right. Look, is Emi Martinez still there? He'd be about 56 by now, wouldn't it? Damn.
Yeah. So we've moved to Aston Villa. When that and the City job came up, they were too good to not apply for.
I did notice when you loaded up the first screen that the job was available. I nearly made a point of referencing it, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. And obviously we're now 10, 11, 12 months down the line?
Yeah.
Shocking. So who did they sack to bring in Mr. Manager?
I'm not sure
I was thinking this was the one where you sent me a picture that Pep got sacked by him, didn't you?
That's on my Burnley save. So yeah, just for that little plug, Burnley save, go and check it out. Pep Guardiola got sacked by Villa. I did not apply for the job there. This was the reason why I didn't apply for the job there. I can't have 2 saves where I'm at Villa.
I haven't ever done that.
Yeah. That's happened.
Wonderful stuff. Did you carry on through the season, did you?
Yeah.
Cool. So we are currently 10th.
Yeah.
So they're currently in the 3rd round of the FA Cup as well, and they got knocked out 2nd. Johan Langer's still there. Fierce rivals Birmingham. Don't need to worry about that because they'll never be in the Premiership.
And this is their team at the minute.
Don't know, I'm looking at this. Don't know any of them. They're not real.
You do.
Dougie's there.
Ramsey.
Oh, Dougie's there. Jacob's still there. Oh, I'm having a wonderful time. And Kamara's at centre-back. Of course he is.
I played him mainly as a holding midfielder, to be fair.
Dog's kicking off. What, Kamara?
Yeah.
Because he is a holding mid?
Did I? I think I did in the first 6 months. I think he's now on my centre back.
Just have a little look at the loans on the right. Mohamed Abu Bakr. Was he on loan? He's on loan at Wrexham, Andrew.
Yeah, he is.
He's not talking about Wrexham. I got a save. Go and watch it.
There you go. I'll leave the link up here. So yeah, I joined Villa.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What's that youth intake preview here?
Are finishing mid-table.
We've gone mid-table in the Bundesliga to mid-table in the Prem.
Yeah, and then they want us to start finishing top half next season.
The chairperson of Monique Choury and not Whedon's. It's not what they're called. Okay. We will get one fullback.
Yeah. It's not
brilliant.
It's not great.
Let's take it. It's fine. Who have Villa ever brought through?
Move on to see what happens next.
That's this concern. Why are you concerning me?
So when the intake then came through,
okay,
it was phenomenal.
Okay, so that one good fullback turned into two. Obviously, they had a bit of mitosis in the youth thing, and just the most names possible for this goalkeeper, Trevelyan Sleck.
That's a striker, but yes.
Is it a striker? Oh God, it's alright. Don't worry about it. Do you know that Brent Neilthorpe? Is he tall? Can he play centre back?
He is 6'6".
He can.
Play centre back.
Oh, this is wonderful. So we've got a centre back, a right back, and a striker come through.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Love that.
We also made a signing. This was my only signing. So we also sold Buendia.
Oh, Emmy.
3.8 million.
Hi, Emmy.
To Almeria.
Was he worth 34 million then, did that say? Andre, what have you done?
I'm sorry, he's not worth 34 million.
Done? I refuse. You sold him 3 games before his 300th Premier League game for. I'm saying Premier League. Did they get relegated? there's a danger that we got relegated.
You know what? I don't care.
You could have just looked at his history, Andrew. It would have told you.
They haven't been.
Ah, wonderful. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how he's worth 34 million. I'm sorry.
You also sold Ollie Watkins. This is
that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
To be fair, how old is he now? About 31?
That was in July, Ash. He's 35. And scored against us.
How many? Of course. How many names does he have? Highlight over. Oh, this is disgraceful. It says to Andrew, let's not get too distracted. He's told me there's quite a few points. And here I am trying to find out how many names Ollie Watkins has.
It was only 4.
It was.
Andre Santos has come in from Liverpool.
He is pretty handy. 30 million as well from a player like that. From another Premier League team as well.
This is why Kamara's been playing centre-back. Because this guy's been holding midfielder. Alongside Douglas Luiz. We've kind of carried over that 4-2-3-1 with us.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so at this point in the season, we've we joined for that Wolves game there in the FA Cup.
Classic Wolves.
We then drew with United.
You just liked 1-1. You just like sharing the goals out. Fair enough.
I really do.
Jean-Jacques Pierre absolutely destroyed Bournemouth. He just ruined them.
Yeah,
from the wing.
He was in the mood for it that day.
and only that day.
And then United destroyed us.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then, like I say, Ollie Watkins scored for Forest against us.
Of course he did.
We lost to Wolves in the league, lost to West Ham. Most recently, we picked up 2 wins, which leaves us in 10th place as we head to our final recorded point, which is the end of the season.
I am noticing Man City in 6th as well, Man U in 5th. It's kind of the usual sort of ish top 10, except for Wolves.
So, Man City at one point were way down. So I think this is when they offered us the job. Well, no, when they sacked their manager around here. I think it might have been that 4-0 loss to Chelsea. And they were in 8th when they sacked their manager.
And brought in Big Vince.
Everybody else has just kind of been up there, I think. But yeah, we'll jump through to the end of the season, and we'll show you what happened there. So, end of the season, Lee Ritchie has scored 16 goals.
Jean-Jacques Pierre. So he scored a quarter of his goals for the whole season in one game against Bournemouth. Yeah. Well done, Jean.
And then the big thing that we're after is goal scorers from elsewhere on the pitch.
I don't know what you're on about. The 2 players that hit double figures. That's brilliant. There's a little bit of an issue.
Definitely work to do.
I think we've got our usual thing that we had with MSK is squad depth. And not only squad depth, but squad quality. Because I don't mind having weaker players if they're young, but if a weaker player's 33, then I'm like, why are you still there, Matty Cash? Picking out no one specifically.
Also, Kyle Walker-Peters is here.
Oh, for God's sake. Of course he is.
Che Adams, age 34. Tabata, age 34.
Look at their wages as well.
He's leaving, to be fair.
It's disgraceful.
67k for a guy who played one game for us.
He had one off the bench as well. Well done. And 100 minutes for 67 grand a week. Who are we? Man City.
142 for 51 grand a week.
It's disgraceful.
Tabata, 306 minutes.
Do you know what's going to upset me as well? Can you hop over to the under 21s? I bet you there'll be someone in there that's earning a disgraceful amount of money.
So we'll look at our end to the season. Lost to Brighton. We beat Man City. Bit of revenge for them not giving us the job.
Nice.
Beat Palace. Smash Leeds out the park.
It's Leeds. Everyone does that.
And again, we were close to Europe, but we had Arsenal and Liverpool in our final 3 games. And then we beat Burnley on the last day. But unfortunately, we finished 3 points short.
I've just noticed. It's a really childish thing to notice. But if you go back to the attendance at Liverpool was 69-69. I noticed it, and I tried my best to not be a child, and it didn't work.
Moving on. So yeah,
wow, you really were close.
We were really unlucky.
It's really unlike Spurs not to bottle it as well, to be fair.
Why can't I see them?
I don't know. There they are. They played the day before. Of course they did.
Yeah, so they basically, the day before, took it away from us. And Liverpool won the league, but couldn't beat Tottenham to help us out.
That's us.
So, again, we were doing well. We would have got it if we hadn't had to play the top 2 in our final 3 games. What more could we do?
There's stuff to build on from there.
And even that, I think it was the Arsenal game. We were really good in the first half, but we just
couldn't convert.
Yeah.
Okay.
But overall, I think I'll leave you in a good position. You've got £60 million to spend, and anyone you sell, you get 100% of their transfer revenue.
Wonderful. I do ask, before we go, can we go to Zelina? Because I want to know what's happened to all those youngsters. Those wonderful, lovely youngsters that we had. I have a horrible feeling that they've all been sold for about £12. Oravich! They sold it for less than £1 million! What are they doing?
Only to Genk. You might be able to pick him up.
I rejected 1.8 million for him, and they were like, now let's let him go, 600 grand. Absolute idiot.
But to Genk, you should be able to bring him in.
Definitely going to try and bring him in. Sorry, Jacob Ramsey, but it just is the case. We're bringing in Oravich. We just are.
Ramsey's 29 now, so
he's gonna. Yeah, it's fine. We can make it work.
I expected him to be older when I went to say that. I wasn't expecting it to be. He's only 29. To be fair, this Villa squad is aging.
Yeah, drastically.
Unexpected move.
Yeah. Several of which.
Nevertheless, it's happened, and I give you Villa to see what you can do with next season.
Thanks. We'll
see.
Any
final points, Ash?
What it is I do get into. Any final points? Like and subscribe to Andrew. Watch this video. It's at the end. So if you've got to this point without watching it, I'll be very impressed. But, yeah, keep an eye out, and we'll see what I can get up to on this Villa one.
Yeah, leave a like down below, comment what you think Ash can do with this villa team, go and subscribe to Ashman as well while we're here, and subscribe down below as well. So thank you very much for watching.
Bye!